Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
It's nice to meet with you today.
You too.
How are you doing?
Okay, sorry, I'm just kind of getting over a cold, so
Don't
my
worry.
voice is a little gone.
Don't worry about that. So today I wanted to meet with you to talk about your problems. I just want to get some background information, see how it's affecting you in your activities of daily living. And then I'm going to use the information that I take today and I'll develop our treatment plan for our treatment sessions, okay?
Okay.
So first, can you tell me why you have come to occupational therapy?
I've been having a hard time dealing with my ADHD and anxiety,
Okay.
and it's really hard to focus in class lately, and I can only focus for about 10 seconds, and then I feel like I have to get up, and then my teacher always yells at me because it's so continuous, and the students stare at me because I look like I'm crazy, I guess, to them, and it's been really hard on me. And then for tests and sports and when I'm alone, my anxiety gets really high, and it kicks in, and I just
Okay.
get a lot of stress.
Alright, so I just want to repeat this to you just to make sure that I'm getting it all right. So you have anxiety and ADHD. Your ADHD, it sounds like it is really impacting your school performance, and you have to get up, you can't pay attention, you said, for more than 10 seconds. Would you say that's an accurate time frame, or are you exaggerating a little?
I guess I am exaggerating a
Okay,
little,
can you
but
give me like a time frame that you normally can pay attention?
probably 5 minutes.
Okay, awesome. And then you said you also have the anxiety, and that is impacting your academic performance tests,
Yes.
as well as sports. And then you also said when you're alone.
Yeah, when I'm alone and I have really nothing on my mind, something will come to my mind, and it'll just think of the worst scenario possible, and it'll just build up, and I get really anxious. So
Okay. So your mind just kind of runs wild when you're by yourself, and you always think of the worst case scenario. Okay. Well, what I want to do is first we'll talk about the ADHD and how that's causing problems for you, and then we'll talk about the anxiety, and we're just going to talk about them as two separate things, okay? Have you been diagnosed by a doctor with both?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how are you currently treating your ADHD?
I'm on a medication right now, and when I do take the medication, it works, but it almost wears off by the end of the day. So, like, the later hours of school, it's harder to focus than the earlier hours. And
Okay, so it's easier to focus in the early hours, and then throughout the day it wears off. Alright, have you tried any methods of managing it other than medications?
No.
Okay, so that would definitely be something that we will look into, just giving you another tool in the toolbox to deal with it.
Okay.
So we'll combine medication and other therapies, and hopefully that will work a lot better for you. Specifically, how has that affected your academics, like grade-wise?
I've noticed that when I do take my pills, I do a lot better on tests, and especially in the earlier hours I have A's in the classes, but then in my later hours I have C's and D's, and sometimes if I forget to take my medication, then I can just fail all my classes.
Okay, that's really interesting. So better classes earlier in the morning, and then worse grades in the evening. Alright, so I sense that you're really dependent on your medications, like you really rely on them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can go ahead and talk about the anxiety. How are you dealing with that?
Okay. I'm currently not doing anything about that because I feel like they don't think it's as big as a problem.
Okay.
And I just, when I'm about to take a test, if I'm unprepared or if I feel like I am crunched on time, then I get super anxious, and I almost feel like right before the test I get really weak and I almost feel nauseous. And
Okay.
I feel like I have like no confidence, and I have freak out, and if I don't know like the first question on the test, then it just goes downhill from there, and I can't focus anymore because
Okay.
So
So that really impacts your test taking, and you said you aren't on any medications right now. You don't think that they're taking that diagnosis as seriously.
Right.
But to me, it really sounds like it is greatly impacting your school performance. So we'll have to maybe talk to your doctor about that.
Okay.
Also, I will work on some management methods. Maybe we could do some like relaxation training and stuff like that to help you calm down before tests. Have you had problems working with the school, like letting them know about the problems?
I haven't really told my teachers personally that I have these anxiety and ADHD, but I think they can kind of tell.
Okay, just from your behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the office know?
My parents contacted them, so
Okay.
they do, but I don't know how well the communication is to the
Okay.
teachers.
So I know that's something that can be kind of difficult to tell your teachers, but I think that would be a good first step in fixing this problem. So maybe this week have either you or your mom let your teachers know that you have these diagnoses, that you're getting therapy to try and work through them, but you may need some extra slack. I don't want them to just ignore it, but they just need to have an understanding that you're dealing with it and it really impacts your school performance, but that you're working on it, okay? So do you think you could do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will definitely, if you do that, I will work on my treatment plan, and what we're going to try and do is, for the ADHD, we'll come up with methods to help you pay attention. We use things like fidgets that you can kind of like play with silently. It's just more stimulation that helps you regulate your like energy level. So that will hopefully help you pay attention. We'll try a couple other methods and see what works for you. For the anxiety, like I said, we'll do the relaxation training, teach you some methods of how to calm yourself down. You can kind of talk yourself out of the situation. It's not that big of a deal, so that will help you calm down. And then hopefully both of those together will really help you with your schoolwork. So I'll focus on the schoolwork first, since that's the most important. After we've been working on that for a while, we can transfer over to sports and start managing sports. Okay, so how's that sound?
Good.
Alright. So I just want to do a quick overview to make sure that I have everything right. You have ADHD and anxiety. They're both greatly impacting your schoolwork, and the two different diagnoses kind of compound and make a greater problem. Because you have anxiety that causes test anxiety, and you don't perform as well on the tests. But then you're also getting in trouble during the class time, so you're not learning as much because you're getting kicked out of class. Is that right? Alright. Well, I look forward to meeting with you, and we'll definitely get this under control, okay?
Okay, thank
Nice
you.
meeting with you,
You
Hannah.
too.